Welcome to the In Shape Fitness Show. I'm Kim Watkins, your trainer, and today's workout is called the Metabolism 5. We are doing 5 compound moves today that will boost your metabolism and give you a great deal of output per time spent, and as opposed to exercises that work basically one major muscle group at a time. Let's warm up though, and with a couple of the moves, we're going to do part of the move first, and then of the 5, so we'll do 5 of these moves, and you're going to do each for a total of 60 seconds. So the workout is going to be about the same length that it normally is, about 25 minutes, because every component will have a little bit of instruction from you, so there'll be a little bit of downtime. But start with the warm-up of a jumping jack. So stand up, take a couple of deep breaths, get your back straight, do a little postural systems check here with your ears and your shoulders in line, your hips are in line, your feet are comfortable on the floor. Presumably you are not wearing shoes. I don't wear shoes in my home, so whenever I exercise in my home, which is where I predominantly exercise for myself, I have no footwear on my feet, and I do these workouts even jumping in my bare feet. But whatever, keep your feet straight. You want your pinky toes and heels to be in line unless otherwise instructed. That's a really important part because you don't want your toes turning out. When your toes turn out, your quads do too much of the work. Okay, so let's start the jumping jacks. 30 seconds is going to start now, and you're going to jump both feet out. Arms lift up over your head, making a big circle. Control your arms. Keep a very slight bend in the elbow, but not very much of one. Touch at the top, and then landing lightly on the balls of your feet. You bring your feet back together, okay? Everyone knows how to do a jumping jack, right? So the first move, the first official move, is a burpee with a push-up and a jumping jack. So what you're going to do as the next part of our warm-up and this sort of segue into this compound move, which is among our favorite as a company, probably in the world. Trainers, right alongside me would line up and say that doing burpees is some combination of moves with the burpee or squat thrust, which it is also called, is one of the best ways to really work the body in all the major muscle groups of the body in multi-directions, different planes of motion and switching directions. Those are the things that force your tissues, your organs, and the breathing to completely be on point. And that means greater output, which means higher metabolism. Okay, so next thing up is a squat down. You're just going to squat all the way down as a precursor to the full burpee. Put your hands on the floor beside your feet, and then press your heels into the floor, contract your glutes, and stand all the way up. Reach your hands up. And again, squat all the way down. And then stand all the way up. Reach your hands all the way up. Kind of that top position of the jumping jack. So what you'll end up doing is you're going to squat all the way down. One more, just stand all the way back up for me. Very good. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose and not through your mouth. This is going to be very important, especially as your heart rate gets up. It's going to, if you start to sort of gasp for air because you are, really pushing your body, you will end up having to take more air in through your mouth because it's faster. But it triggers a stimulant in your brain that is more of a panicky response. You want to control your breath. So breathe in through your nose starting now, and as you get your heart rate up, you will have more control. Okay? So, squat all the way down once more. Now walk one foot all the way back. We'll do a couple of walking burpees, then the other. Now you're in push-up position on your toes. Do one push-up by bending the elbows, lowering your body, inhaling on your way down, exhaling as you push back up. Very good. Now bring your feet back up underneath your body. Press those heels into the floor and stand up. Do one jumping jack and then go right back down to the floor. I'm going to start the 60 seconds now for the burpees with the push-up. If you can, instead of walking your feet back to push-up position, you're going to jump your feet back, and then you're going to jump your feet forward together at the same time. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, when you squat all the way down, your heels are going to probably come up off the floor unless you have an incredibly good range of motion in your back and your butt. Put your hands on the floor, then jump those feet back. Do that one push-up, and then bring yourself back into the burpee, the squat part of the burpee, and then stand all the way up and do your jumping jack. All right, you're about halfway through. And then after this, there'll be four more official moves. We're going to, of course, there's at least one precursor, in some cases two, sort of 30-second segments that help you kind of get yourself ready for the full Monty compound move that we're going to be doing as part of the Metabolism 5 that we have written about this week on our website, inshape-fitness.com. If you go to our homepage today or all throughout the week, we write a little bit about the importance of and the written descriptions of these 5 moves. So definitely check that out. Okay, you are all set. So take a deep breath. You're going to go down to the floor now. Sit on the floor and put your hands on the floor kind of beside your butt with your fingers facing forward. And if you follow my workouts, you see me in person sometimes or in New York City, or you listen in on any of my podcasts, you know that this is my favorite position for exercise. It's one of the hardest. It's the tabletop position. And what I want you to do for the first 30 seconds is just simply do a tabletop pose. So just hold the position where your hands are going to be on the floor. Now I want your feet hip width apart, pinky toes and heels in line. Be very, very particular about where you place your feet. Lift your butt up so that you make right angles at the knee joint and at your shoulder. Your torso and your thigh make the tabletop. Okay, just hold this position for 30 seconds. Press the toes into the floor. Do not let your toes come up off the floor. They're going to want to, because if your heels absorb your body weight, you are transferring body weight to your back and your quads, two aspects of, two components of your body that are used to accepting a lot of body weight. That's why lots of people have back problems, and that's why lots of people have overdeveloped quads and underdeveloped hamstrings and glutes. Okay, with that, now we're going to do a crab kick. So now you're going to get used to being in this position on one foot. So you're going to lift the left knee up, kick out the foot, then bend the left leg and put your left foot back down on the floor in the same position. And alternate. Lift the right knee up and extend the foot out. It's not really a kick, it's just kind of a straightening of the leg, because when you do the compound move, which is a folding tabletop with a tricep dip on one foot, you are going to extend one leg up for each of the tricep dips, and you want to make sure that you're able to stabilize your body weight on one leg while you're in this position. Okay, that's great. Now just return yourself to the tabletop position and take a couple of deep breaths. So this is the way it's going to work. If you've done my exercises before, you already know what a folding tabletop is. Folding tabletop is one of the 5 Tibetan rites. It is an incredibly wonderful move where you rotate your body, your butt comes, lowers down and rotates up underneath your torso, where your legs straighten in the process. Your toes come up off the floor and your legs straighten out almost completely, depending on the ratio between your arm length and your leg length. You might be able to straighten your legs all the way, or maybe not quite so much. And then you go back to tabletop position by lifting your torso back up into the air, lifting your hips up, and pressing the toes back into the floor. Now you're going to lift, as you come up, you're going to lift the left leg up off the floor and just leave it there. Then bend your elbows and press up for a tricep dip. And as you're pressing up, put that left leg back on the floor. Then go back into your folding tabletop, so you're rotating the butt up and underneath the body again, in between your hands. And then as you come back to the tabletop position, lift the right leg up off the floor, and once you get to the top, there's an airplane, do your tricep dip with the right leg in the air. 60 seconds starts now. If you haven't been already doing the practice ones, you're starting now. If you have been, it's a little longer than 60 seconds, but either way, it's very good. You're still only going to do maybe 10 of these, or maybe a little more than that. Each morning, the spiritual monks of Tibet perform this move 21 times. I have yet to, though I really should Google this, figure out exactly what the meaning of the number 21 is, because everything that they do 21 times. So, I'm not quite sure. You're about halfway through here. It's been about 30 seconds, so keep it going. This is the second of the 5 Metabolism 5 moves that we're going to be doing today. The next move is in a slightly different position. You'll turn your body over into a prone position for another fun move. And you've got about 5 seconds. So finish the one that you're on. 3, 2, very good. Very good. Okay, now turn your body over. Shake out your arms a little bit. Shake out those wrists. Now you're going to be in a triangle plank on the floor as we get you kind of warmed up for what is going to end up being a triangle plank. Actually, it's a triangle pike plank with a Spider-Man crawl. So you're going to turn your body over. Basically, you're going to be resting now for 30 seconds. I want you to be in the triangle pike plank pose. It's kind of downward dog, but with your hands making a triangle. Your index fingers and thumbs make a triangle on the floor, emphasizing the back of the arm a little bit. And you know, if you do a tricep push-up, sometimes you'll do those with your hands really close together up underneath your chest in a triangle formation. That's what you're doing. So 30 seconds in this position. If you haven't already gotten into the position, go ahead. You've got about 20 seconds more, and then I'll get you going with the full Monty move, which one of the reasons why we're doing 2 moves kind of in this prone position, and then you'll finish with the last move standing up. And we've formatted the sequence in this way so that you get all the floor work out of the way and finish with something that ends up being fairly aerobic at the end. Also, with this plank position, as you know, we do a lot of work on the floor in the prone position because it is a plank. Everything that you do, whether it's a push-up or a Spider-Man or a rotational reach, or all those moves involve the engage of the wrap of muscle layers around your rib cage, your core, and you need core strength. Bottom line, everything comes from energy that you can emanate from the center of your body out to your limbs. When you have a strong core, you can do anything. Okay, now we're going to do this. So it's a triangle plank, and you're going to do a Spider-Man crawl with it, or a pike plank. So your butt is going to be in the air. What you're going to do is you're going to lower your butt, which shifts your body weight forward so that your shoulders are more vertically in line with your hands. And then as you kind of get into that position, bring the right knee around the lateral side of your body, around the outside of your body, and you're going to bend your elbows, lowering your body a little bit until the right knee touches the right elbow. And I really want you to try to get it to touch. Squeeze those obliques and touch. And then straighten your arms, extend your right leg back to its starting position, and lift your butt back in the air. Then do the same thing by lowering the butt, shifting the body weight forward, and bringing the left knee around to the side to squeeze in next to that left elbow. Okay, 30 or 60 seconds. So used to saying 30 seconds. It's hard to differentiate, but 60 seconds is going now. And breathe. Make sure that you just breathe continuously through this. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You're doing so great. About halfway through the workout right now. Coming up on 14 minutes with effort for your In Shape Fitness Show workout for the week. I finished up a really fun metabolism, a muscle maintenance rather. Sorry, I get all these shows confusing right now. A muscle maintenance level 5 workout this morning. So if you're looking for something a little bit shorter, you could try that as well. It is only 14 minutes, I believe, 14 and change for a level 5, really intense workout, which 1 or 2 of these moves I think were in that rotation. So that's possible. You got 5 more seconds here. Keep it going and take a rest. Very good, very good. Okay, once again, just rest on your elbows, or your knees rather, for a moment, and shake out your hands because you're going back to the prone position. And we're going to do a little bit of work with the side of the body. So in this case, what we're going to do is a rotational reach, which is kind of the moving side plank, where you start in push-up position, and we're going to start with just the rotational reach to begin with. Your butt is down. Make sure that you keep your butt down, because once your butt is up in the air, the abs are a little less engaged. But we lower the butt to this, and you have a plank on your hands going, or push-up position start. Now you're going to lift the left arm laterally up and out to the side, extending it, rotating your torso to the side until your gaze is parallel to the floor and your torso faces your wall. And just hold that. Be very careful not to hyperextend your chest and let your arm go past that center point down the back of the body. All right, then slowly rotate back to the beginning and do the other side. 30 seconds starts now. Very nice. You won't do very many of these, obviously, just a couple. And they will feel so great on you. And I'll tell you now what we're going to do as the compound move is, kind of you're wondering what it is, we could possibly drum up here. You are actually going to take you're going to get your rotational reach, extended position with the left arm straight up in the air, the right hand on the floor. Now you're going to bring your left knee to reach as you squeeze your side abs on the left side. Bring the left elbow to the right knee, kind of on the middle of the body. Squeeze those abs and then stretch back to the rotational reach, extended position. Then rotate the body down to the floor and repeat on the other side. Let's start this 60 seconds for that in 5 seconds. So get your mind ready. You're going to do one crunch on each side before you switch to the other side. Okay, go ahead. Really focus on your body weight too as you leave, your arm leaves the floor. Remember that this case where the right hand is on the floor and the left hand is up in the air. Make sure that you're connecting on the floor with all 5 fingers on the right hand and the palm. You're really gripping the floor, sort of sucking the energy out of your floor surface. If you are able to do that, just envision like that's your connection. It's the electrical outlet is the floor, and your hand is the power cord, and you are just bringing energy into your body and then up to and out the other hand through the sky. Keep it going. A couple more. You have another 25 seconds. Make sure that you are keeping the butt down as you rotate the body back to your push-up position. There probably will be a tendency, especially given the fact that we've been in this position for a while, your abs might be getting tired, so your butt might start migrating a little north each time. But keep that butt down. Keep the abs engaged when you're in the plank part of the move. And you're down to the last 5 seconds now. Good, good, good. Okay, stand up. The last move is on your feet, and it's a doozy. So we're going to do 2 sort of introductory moves as we get you ready for it. One is actually we should do 3, but maybe we'll do a couple of high jumps. What it is a high jump squat with a forward punch. So first up, mastery of a squat is probably one of the most important exercise masteries you can have, because when perfected, the squat is not just a quad exercise, which everyone seems to think. It actually works the entire leg. It works your hamstrings and your hips and your glutes. It forces you to stabilize your core. It is so good for you, and so you want to make sure that you get your feet in the right position. Your body weight is properly distributed, and let's do 30 seconds of squats. Okay, time starts now. Sit down and back into your imaginary chair. As you inhale, then you're going to pause at the bottom where you switch directions, because that's that apex. It's where you've got all the control. Then squeeze your glutes, lift your body back up into the air by pressing your heels into the floor. Some weird thing is happening to the music right now, I'm not sure. Anyway, back into your squat, back up. Couple more seconds of squats. Do a couple of fairly fast squats. We generally do things pretty slow. Now you've done a couple of slow and controlled squats. Do a couple at the double time. Down, up, down, up. Good. 3, 2, and 1 more. Awesome. Okay, now what I want you to do is squat down, and then as you come up, you've got 2 fists. Now bring your elbows close to your rib cage, right beside your body, and you've made fists. When you come up, you're going to punch with your right hand, punch with your left hand. Or truthfully, you probably want to punch with your left hand, punch with your right hand first. I'm left-handed, so I always follow with my left hand, but you're going to do punch, punch. So you squat, come up, punch, punch. Squat, lift up, punch, punch. Right? Very tried and true boxing move. You're squatting down in defense, coming up, and you punch. Okay, let's do those for a few more seconds. And then we're going to do a couple of high jumps where you're not jumping. And sometimes when we do high jumps at In Shape, we do them where we kick your heels back and lift your body up, kicking your heels back where you like almost kick your own butt. Today, what I want you to do is a squat with a knee lift to in the forward direction. So you're going to jump up and try to lift your knees high up in the air in front of your body. Okay, let's do a couple of those. And squat down. As you come up, I want you to lift those knees up and do a jump. You don't even have to do a full squat. In fact, don't even do a squat. Just jump up high. Bring the knees up as high as possible. Maybe a couple little bunny hops in between. Go ahead and try to jump up high again. And let's do one more. And good. Okay. All right, so now let's put it all together. The squat, the high jump squat with the forward punch. So the key here is you're going to lower your body. As you come up, you're going to do that high jump. You do need to do a full squat here. You're not going to beat that many of them. It is 60 seconds, so you'll probably need to do 10 or 12 of them. But you're going to do that big high jump. As you land back into your foot position, should go right back to the same spot, and you can squat a little bit as you do your punch punch. Then you go all the way back down again. Jump up, land, punch punch. Got it? Last 60 seconds. We'll finish up right around 23 minutes, and you will have, this is your workout for the week. This is a great workout for the week. Total free pass to get out of going to the gym if you can do this sequence 4 or 5 times between now and the next series that we broadcast next week. It really is totally enough. I don't know who seems to think that you need to go and spend an hour in the gym every day. As you're huffing and puffing away here, I'm going to just give you a little bit of my soapbox. Get on my soapbox and give you a little bit of my diatribe about going to the gym. I cannot stand going to the gym. I do not exercise in the gym. I have a couple of clients, and it's more convenient to train them in the gym because their kids are upstairs and nannies and all these other things, and it's just too much going on. So we exercise in their basement gym in New York City. But the truth of the matter is I am much more comfortable, and I prefer the full floor use of someone's living room in general than any equipment that a retail or even a private gym can offer. You just don't need very much. I'm sorry. Unless you're a bodybuilder and you want size. Hey, there's a whole series of people that are out there specializing in that. Okay, you're all set. I hope that you enjoyed this workout. I had a lot of fun putting this one together, I must say, because boosting your metabolism is all about making sure everything in your body is functioning on the highest level. All of the tissues, all of those little cells, those tiny little soldiers in your body that you can't see, they all need to move fluids around and move nutrients around and help each other and do their work. And the way that they do that is metabolism. So if you do work that forces the body into doing things that it's not used to doing, it requires additional effort on the part of all of those organs and tissues. And that's what allows you to enjoy your food more and to function in a life that you have a better time doing it in, if that makes any sense. Anyway, that's the Metabolism 5. I will be back next week with another new podcast from the In Shape Fitness Show. I'm Kim Watkins, your trainer in New York City, and I will see you soon. Have a great week.